Hey there, fellow family travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Stockholm, Sweden. And today we're going to give you the 5 best big cities to visit in Europe if you want to travel with your kids. And what I'm doing with this list is I'm focusing on the big cities because for families, we know that connecting flights suck, right? And so it's easy to fly into a big city and just stay in one spot and therefore enjoy that culture, enjoy those things, and only deal with the kids being upset about taking public transportation versus another plane, train, or automobile kind of thing, right? So let's get started. And I want to start actually here in Stockholm. Stockholm is fantastic for families. Why? Well, one, you got direct flights from the US, you got direct flights from the Middle East, you got direct flights from all over Europe to get here, but it's super safe. Like, you're not worried about your kids at all. Well, maybe when they get near the bike path, you might get a little worried, but honestly, it's a super safe city. You can go around and do lots of things, and there's tons of outdoor activities. Kids love that. So if you're here, yes, you can take a boat ride and see all the canals and go through and see the bridges, but I'd go actually to some of the islands, go swimming in the water out there, go exploring on the islands, or if you're in the city, go into the old town. Like, I've seen kids going, oh wow, this is kind of cool. I see school groups going through there all the time to check out the beautiful buildings that are there, the old town and the royal palace, which is really nice. Nice stuff to do for kids. Lots of museums here too. And adults may say, well, I want to go to the ABBA Museum. No, but with the kids, you want to take them to the Vasa Museum. It is this huge boat they found. Like, it literally was launched a few hundred years ago and sank right away, and they brought it up. Really kind of the cool things that kids enjoy. So my kids loved it when they were here, so that's cool. Now, aside from the Vasa Museum, there's all kinds of other museums out here, but when you are by the Vasa Museum, there's also Skansen. It's an open air museum. What's cool is the kids get to go around and they get to see like buildings from Sweden's past. You get to see them doing things in the past. It's kind of a fun activity. When we went there with our kids, they really liked it. And right next to it is Gröna Lund. Yes, there's a little amusement park you can go to that has rides, Ferris wheels, merry-go-rounds kind of stuff. That's actually a fun time, games to play there too. So you have all these like fun family activities in a safe environment. I mean, what could go wrong? Price-wise, it's a little pricey, but honestly, all big cities in the world are pricey, so I don't find it much worse than anywhere else that I go. So one thing, so Stockholm, definitely a great place to go with your kids. I mean, come on, Skansen in Stockholm even has a children's zoo. What more can you ask for? Number 2 on my list is actually Paris. Now, some people say, well, Paris is so busy and there's all those things going on and there's pickpockets and stuff. I don't know. Look, Paris is fantastic with kids. Actually, our youngest learned how to walk when he was little there. I mean, we've been going there since, actually, he was before my youngest was born, who's a lot older than being a baby now. But we've been going there for years because, one, there's lots of little parks so you can give the kids time to play wherever you go. But also, the things they go see. You go to the Louvre Museum, the kids know the Mona Lisa, they know the Wings Victory, they know those things. You show them the painting that's a person made out of fruit, they're like, that's the coolest art I've ever seen. Musée d'Orsay, this is stuff they've seen in their cartoons, it's stuff they've seen in the movies. They know this kind of art stuff. If they had any art class at all in school yet, they'll be like, hey, I know that. That's one of the cool things. It can inspire your kids to love art. But also you have the Eiffel Tower, which every kid wants to get a picture with of them either holding it or doing this with it or things like that. I mean, it's really fun. And the thing is, Paris has got flights from everywhere around the world, so you can get there easily. Also, the public transportation there, the metro, goes everywhere, and it's no more than 500 meters from basically any place in the entire city. So you can get around. You don't even have to think about renting a car. You don't have to worry about Ubers or taxis or anything. You can just get on public transport and go. And also what I like is people actually like kids in France, and they like kids in Paris. I mean, when we kids were little, people would help us. They're like, oh, you need help getting the stroller over into the metro? Sure. Oh, when the kids were like, middle school, little kids, people were like, hey, come play with us. Like at the park, they go kick soccer balls with the locals. I mean, it's really cool. It's a great place, but there's a lot of things to do, a lot of things to see, but also the food is fantastic in France. And that's one of those things, if you want your kids to experiment on food, France is a good place for it. Because sometimes you can be like, oh, maybe you want to try a frog leg? No, then how about this croissant? Oh, kids will love croissant. I mean, you'll notice the French kids don't complain very much because they're walking around like with some bread with some butter on it, or some bread and some cheese, or bread and some chocolate in the middle. Yeah, the kids will eat well when they're there, and they'll be happy. And then you're like, I'm a great parent. My kids are eating. They're seeing culture, and they get a lot of fun stuff to do. You can't beat Paris for a family, okay? Another place right across the English Channel, you got London. And London, what I like about London is it has so many like museums you can enjoy, but also there's great free museums there to save a little bit of money. But also there's a lot of the kind of kid-friendly exhibits and kid-friendly activities in the museums as well. And that's one of those things. All the museums you go to in these cities, ask them if they have children's programming. Like maybe there's a scavenger hunt there. Maybe there's like a not necessarily hide and seek, but you know, you have things you got to find at the museum. You have those. I mean, it's really kind of a cool thing. They do a really good job in London with that. And also you have the teenage museums and stuff they like there. You know, whether it's, you know, going to Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, which I feel is kind of a tourist trap, but it's fun and kids really enjoy that kind of stuff. So they have those kind of things too. And you know, there's something like walking down the Thames and going, oh look, there's the Globe Theatre. Would you like to learn about some Shakespeare that you're learning and see it in real life, like that you learn in your Brit Lit class? Like there's things there for all ages of kids, which is really cool. Also, there are a lot of parks around town. Going to Hyde Park and just chilling out there and enjoying the kid time, it's wonderful. The food scene there. Look, if your kid doesn't want to eat and you know you can't take him too late to the pub, there's every international food dish you've ever wanted ever is in London, so you can have that. So if they're missing home, it doesn't matter where you're from, you probably can find their favorite food when you're there, so that might make a day easier doing that. But if you're gonna take the kids anywhere, I recommend taking them to the British Museum so they can see, you know, the mummies that are there and the Rosetta Stone and like some pretty famous collections there. So something to kind of think about. So London, always an easy one. It's a short flight from the US, and believe me, with all the cheap airlines throughout Europe, it's easy to get there from anywhere. Now, next up on my list is Rome, Italy. Now, why Rome? Dude, it's Rome. It's the Eternal City. The Colosseum has probably been in 16 of the cartoon episodes they've watched this week, right? Like, it is a thing. Going to the Colosseum, going to the Forum, taking that in, going to see the Sistine Chapel, and the kids going, oh, that's that painting where the people are putting their fingers together. Yes, Junior, it is. And there's the art that's there, there's the history that's there with the Romans, but also the Italians. They love kids as well. I think they love kids better more than the French, because when we were in Rome, I mean, we've been going to Rome for years, like, that was one of the first trips that Liam took abroad when he was little. He was 7 weeks old, and we flew to Italy, and we were in the Rome airport. It was hilarious because the TSA agents basically at security, these two ladies, they saw us, and we were at the end of this huge long line. They're like, "Basta, bimbo!" And they like come running. Like, I will hold the baby, and so they take baby Liam while we go through security. It was so awesome. And what's cool is in Italy, there's all kinds of pathways. Oh, you got kids, you get to skip the line. Who doesn't mind that? Remember that when you're flying out of Rome, going back to the US, and you see that huge long line, be like, look, bimbo, bimbo, bambino, children, baby, let us through. They totally will. It's really nice. But honestly, the food there, what kid doesn't want pasta every single day? You have that. But also they have meat dishes, all kinds of stuff. And what's cool is the people respect the children there, and people with children there, so they're gonna have things for them. And don't be surprised if mama comes out from the back, or nonna, the grandma, comes out from the back and like watches your kid, so you can actually have a romantic meal with your wife or with your husband. I mean, I still remember going to Estes in Rome, and there was baby Liam at 7 weeks, and Caleb, who was 4, like, the lady comes, it's like, oh, you guys come back, I'll teach him how. Like, she takes him back, shows him how to make pasta, so we actually got to have some wine and got to talk, you know, and it's just a fantastic thing. I can't say enough how great Rome is with kids. And then number 5 on my list, we're heading to Spain. We're going to Barcelona. Now, I know Barcelona is the pickpocket capital of Europe. However, if you get past that, Barcelona is actually really good for families because, one, you've got city beaches. Okay, they built these beaches in the 90s, and so it's literally right there on the city beach, like right there, so you can just walk to the beach, enjoy yourself, then go back into town. You'll be fine. Plenty of stuff to do, activities at the beach as well. Also, you have parks throughout the city. You can enjoy Park Güell with its crazy Gaudi architecture. Going to the Sagrada Familia, make sure you pre-book your tickets so you don't wait in line in the heat with the kids. I mean, you have that to go check out because it's such a crazy looking church that kids really dig it. But also, you can do tapas, little small plates of food, so you can have your kids try a lot of different foods, and you can as well. And also, the Spanish love kids too, so don't be surprised. It's not just the abuelas, the grandmas that are saying hi. The local people, hey, what's up, chico? What's up, niño? Hola, hola. Like, they're so sweet there in Barcelona with the kids. So, and also you can get around with the subway very easily there. And that's why, like, all these places have great public transportation, great connections throughout Europe and the rest of the world. and have easy to feed your kid and have fun with your kids. So I hope this helps you kind of help make a decision where you could travel with your kids when they're little or when they're not so little anymore, because I've gone to all these places with my kids and I swear by this list, it has made my life a lot easier having big cities like this to go and enjoy and see the culture, but enjoy with my kids. So what are some other great cities you like to go to in Europe to travel with your kids? Let us know in the comments below so we can help families find other great places to go. And I'll say bye from here in very family-friendly Stockholm, Sweden.